Unlock your potential every Thursday with our podcast, Refresh, Relax, Renew. Join Coach Raquel as she guides you through personal development journeys. Each episode focuses on actionable steps to enhance your personal journey. The podcast features 3 main segments to keep you engaged. We start with discussions on trending topics relevant to your growth. Then we unbox solutions to common challenges we face daily. Finally, stay updated with fresh funding opportunities each week. Tune in every Thursday for new episodes, and see you there.
Don't call me motherfucking trying to talk to me, find out some shit, talk about some gossip. Don't call me with no bad news. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't calling me to uplift me, if you ain't calling me to I'm not 911, I'm not in the mood, don't call me unless there's some love on the other end of the phone. Matter of fact, I'm working. I don't want nobody to call me. You know what I'm saying? Everybody do them. And
Hello. Hi. How are you? Greetings to everyone around the world. Happy New Day. Happy New Day. Happy New Day. Oh my gosh, it's Happy Thursday. Happy New Day. Happy Thursday. I'm Coach Raquel. It's fun for me being here with you. It's another episode 22. Episode 22. 22. Oh my gosh, can you believe we're here? Can you believe we are here? Episode 22. Yes, baby. Yes, baby. We are here and we are thankful to be here. Very, very thankful to be here. And I just want to say this episode, I think this episode is special because I feel like it's a full circle moment. I'm going to be introducing a new project that I have with you. I'm going to be talking about some people that I really admire who inspire me. Monique is in it, and Monique is a very special person to me. I love her authenticity. I love what she's about and her integrity, right? I know everybody's fallible, and so no, I'm not a fan. I'm not fanning out. I'm just saying her consistency inspires me and it's beautiful to me. Anyway, I just want to say it's a good with a fulfilling episode. And of course, today in this episode, I shared with you my unboxing of this very table that I use for my podcast, my side table, and some other accessories. It was fun, and also we have some great tips for you in our funding segment. And so it promises to be an uplifting, empowering episode. At least that is how it is. That is how I hope and trust and pray that it will reach you and you will receive it, because this is my gift, to you. This is us dining. And I just want to say thank you so much for your support. Hang on, dear. Let me show you how thankful I am. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up and showing out. Thank you for showing interest in yourself, in your own growth. Share your projects with me so I can support them too. Let me know where you are, what you're doing, so I can see how best to support you and how best I can align with you so we can strengthen each other. Thank you for being you. Thank you for being here. And God bless you tremendously. May this universe shower you with blessings. May your territories expand. My God, it is my desire for your life to expand and flourish in a way that you thrive and that you're happy and that you're able to navigate the challenges with grace and favor, because you are amazingly wonderful. Thank you for joining me for this episode. Now let's get into the segment. Thank you for your support. Let's go. Season 2, episode 22. Love to open new packages. I will bring you the latest information on top funding opportunities for entrepreneurs who are seeking funding. Come along with me. I'm Coach Raquel, and it is this passion project for me, so I am so happy to bring this to you. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for watching. Hello. I love the Oh my gosh, I just love. I'm in love, in love, in love, in love with the music. Good day. How are you? How are you doing today? Oh my Lord, it is a new day. New day. It's a new day, baby. How have you been? What have you been up to? How have your weeks been going? How is August treating you? Is it treating you well? It is my hope that it is treating you wonderfully. You know, it is my hope that you are flourishing, that you are glowing and having a good times, more good times than other times. It is my hope that your character building days are not more than your rewarding days, you know, because we all go through character building days, or what people call struggles or challenges or whatever. I call them character building days, okay? Correct, character building opportunities. Yes, that's how I see it, all right? It is my hope that you are taking those on by the head, like taking the bull by the horn, and you are dominating and you're showing your days, your character building days, who's in charge. I'm in charge of you. You're not in charge of me. You're not overcoming me. I am facing like a mountain, and I'm going to climb you and get to the top of you, and I'm going to conquer you because I'm the boss of my life. This life was given to me, not for you to come steal from me. You will not steal my life. You will not steal my joy. You will not steal my peace, baby. Because I'm in control. I am the CEO of my life. I'm in control. I determine how this thing goes. I determine who comes through the doors, and I determine who I lock the doors on. It is my life. I'm the boss. I am the boss of my days. I am the boss of my months. I am the boss of my years. I am the boss, and no one and nothing will come into my life and take over my boss chair and take over my role and flood me. You will not flood me and take control. No terrorists. No form of life's terrorists will come in and overthrow me, the government, in my life. Not a bad day, not some bad news, not some bad people. No form of terrorism that exists in this life will come into my life and overthrow me as the CEO and the boss of my life, okay? Because I am the boss. I say what goes. I determine, okay? I conquer whatever comes into my life to invade it. Okay. Yes, I am a world, and I am in charge of that world. I don't have power outside of my world, or as much power outside of my world, but inside my world, when you come into my home, when you get into my headspace, no boyfriend, no girlfriend, no friend, nobody. Because you see, all of those names that I just called, some of them become terrorists, want to take over your mind, want to take over your life, want to take over your freedom, your mouth, your heart, everything. After a while, it's like you no longer exist. You've disappeared because what? The terrorists came in and took over. No. You are in control of your life. Don't allow anyone to overthrow your rule as king or queen of your life. As the boss, the government, you're the head of you. All right? So don't you ever never forget that. I won't. Okay? And when should the day come when I decide that in the best interest of me and my well-being, I partner with someone to whom I decide to submit and to surrender, it will have to be in based on a proposal and based on a standard of living that elevates my life, not causes it to disintegrate. So should I ever surrender, for example, I am traditional in the sense that if I marry a man, I would marry a man who would become the head of my household. But that man would have demonstrated to me that which is me will not deteriorate, but will advance as a result of that collaboration. You see what I'm saying? And it's not for me to say how. It's not about money or just things or just thoughts or whatever. No, that is not something I can on my own sit here and say. That is something that upon meeting that person, we sit together, we come together and we decide. Yes, based on divine purpose. But of course. So, all I'm trying to say is your joy is important. You're the head of who you are, and you determine and you have a choice in the direction of your life, whether it fulfills you or it depresses you. Choose a life that fulfills you and your goals and your dreams and who you are. That's all I'm trying to say. Anyway, before we get into this, I just want to give an overview of today's show, and then we're going to go into reading one of my prayers from my book, Prayers. All right? Okay. So today's show, oh my goodness, this is beautiful. This is season 2, episode 22. Episode 22 of the podcast. And today, okay, so for allegedly, we dive into stories that shape culture and conversation. So I'm going to be introducing you to my Dear Little Black Girls series that I started. It's a continuing empowerment series that's on my website currently at mycoachministry.com/Little Black Girl series. And I also want to talk about Amanda Seals' eye-opening Jubilee experience. And then we're going to be looking at Monique's reunion with TS Madison and what it says about healing, respect, and visibility. And then I'm going to be talking about a little bit about my own journey, my own healing journey, really, overcoming anxiety and fear of the outdoors, stepping into freedom with courage. And for Unbox Solutions with me today, we're going to be unboxing a sleek side table, this one that I'm using right here. I'm going to be sharing it with you, and some stylish new accessories, exploring how little upgrades can refresh your space and mindset. And then for Free Money Wednesdays, your weekly dose of opportunities, grants, and financial gems designed to help you access the resources you deserve. Yes, so please stay tuned in, relax, and renew your spirit, one episode at a time. And just to let you know that today we're going to be doing things a little bit different. I'm going to be shifting around the segments of my show. I want to start with unboxing, and then we're going to go to financial, the funding alerts. And then the last thing we're going to delve into is our allegedly segment. The reason we're changing it up is because the allegedly segment is the longest segment. And sometimes after I'm done the segment, I have very, very little time left for the rest of them. So I'm going to put the shorter segments first, so that when I'm doing allegedly, I can relax and I don't have to worry about time, because I know that the others are already done. You know what I mean? So it is my hope that you come along with me. I hope that you enjoy the program. It is my hope that you've been enjoying it so far. I have a lot of hopes for this show. I really believe in my soul that it will grow and it will advance, and that it really will be a source of empowerment for persons. Because that's my goal anyway. I'm on this journey that I'd like to be connected to the upliftment of 1 million entrepreneurs. And that doesn't mean I personally touch 1 million. It is that I will be connected with a network that does. And I've already seen it. I already see it starts happening, because when I look at my client base, when I look at my network of the listeners of my podcast and stuff like that, it's different people you're touching. And this is something I'm learning, right? You need to connect with people who are, what do I call it? Who pass things on. I've been growing to realize how important it is to not just have people who you pour into, and whatever you pour into them stays with them and that's it. No, you want to pour into people who pour into other people. That's, for me, is how real impact happens. That's how real impact happens, and that's how I'm going to touch a million lives, right? And even through my YouTube channels, I already have, based on the reach and the viewers and everything, and also on other projects that I've done. But it's something that thrills me when I think of empowering entrepreneurs. And by entrepreneurs, this is what I mean. It is my belief that we were all born entrepreneurs. We were born a brand, okay? We were born a brand. We don't become an entrepreneur. We were born one. And all we're doing is fulfilling it and directing it and guiding it into the way we want it to go based on our divine purpose, right? You were born, it's a default. And to the extent that in some cases, for example, someone might say, but I'm an employee. Someone employs me. So how am I an entrepreneur? But you are. Regardless of the terms of your contract, right? You really truly are an entrepreneur, which is why you had an interview and you had a meeting with them and you had certain things that you wanted and they had certain things that they wanted. It's just that in the terms of long-term employment, it's just a long-term contract. And in some cases, your long-term contract may be your main contractor or your sole contractor, right? Your primary source, but that does not take away from the God-given designation of entrepreneur that you were born with. I just want to say that you are an entrepreneur. You rule your world. You sit in that company because you choose to. And if tomorrow you decide you don't want to be there anymore, hell or high water can't keep you there. You will leave. You know what I mean? So that's all I want to say. Man, I love you so much for watching. Thank you for watching, liking, supporting. And welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. I'm Coach Raquel. This is Refresh, Relax, Renew. Okay? Say it with me. Refresh, relax, renew. Let's go to one of my prayers. All right. Okay, so of course, this is my book, Prayers by Raquel R. Reese. That's my name, my full name, aka Coach Raquel. All right, and let's see which prayer we're going to be reading today. Let's see. I like this one. Oh, I'm conflicted now. All right. Well, I was going to read one, but I'm going to read the other. So this one is my hiding place. My hiding place. That's the one I'm sharing today. I feel just saying the words, I already feel it. Before I read this, have you ever had the experience where you have someone who just lives on your heart? Have you ever had that experience? I'm having that experience where I've prayed about it. I've counseled myself about it. I've bullied myself about it. I've been trying to overcome the thoughts of someone who I don't understand why the person's in my mind. I pray for this person. Sometimes I get up finding myself crying and praying for this person. Sometimes I'm there like, God, whatever you do today, protect this person. It's that the person is at top of my mind so more often than I think they should be. And at some point I'm just like, is it that you're in love with this person? Is it that you're lusting after this person? What is this? But it's beyond everything I've thought about so far. It's not lusting. Maybe there's some lusting in it, but it's not, I don't think it's love because I'm not quite sure what that is. But there's this genuine care that I feel that evokes from inside of me, somewhere inside of me that I don't get to touch, that I didn't decide on. And the well-being of this person is just so important to me. Even sometimes when I'm going to do stuff, it's just like, is what you're about to do a potential harm to that person? And I'm just like, excuse me, this person don't think about me. What is this? And I find that I'm measuring what I'm putting out because I don't want to cause any discomfort. What is this? I'm like, what is this? I don't know that I've ever experienced this in my entire life. I don't know what it is. Anyway, yeah, I'm just asking, has it happened to you? I I cry at the thought of something happening to this person. And this is somebody who's not even thinking about me. Oh my God. Is that pathetic or something? I hope not. Anyway, I just focus on whenever that happens, whenever it happens, I pray. I'm not someone who prays for people, okay? It's an accident that I wrote this book. It's not choice. This book is not here by choice. If it were up to me, I would never write a book of prayers. Why would I do that? Why would I do that? No, but I did it because of obligation and fear and guilt. That's why I did it. Because I felt like bad things would happen if I didn't do it. It's the only reason I do it, But anyway, I'm just saying, so I find myself, I pray, sometimes I wonder if I pray for that person more than I pray for myself. I'm like, girl, get it together. This is embarrassing. Get it together, girl. Anyway, let's go. I love you, Heavenly Father. Jehovah, the God that lives in me. My hiding place. Dear God, I would like to be a part of something great. I would like to be a part of a team who works for you. I want to empower people on your behalf. I want to carry out your will, Lord. I am not trying to just survive this world. I want to conquer it, Lord. Let me do something big, impactful, and wholesome. I'm afraid of not being someone special to anyone. So, Lord, I pray today that my life will be spent in obedience, that your divine purpose for my life will be my greatest story. Oh, I'm feeling... Oh, do not cry. It's my first time reading this prayer. I wrote it. This is it, right? I started reading the book on my show in order to read the book. I wrote it, but I didn't read it. I am the one who wrote it, self-published the entire thing. But I didn't go back and read it. I didn't read it. And I'm reading this prayer and I'm thinking in my head, I wrote that because that's what I'm feeling right now. This is the prayer I would want to pray right now. God is amazing, God is amazing. And do the things you feel led to do that that doesn't seem to make sense, because it's when you need it to make sense that it will. Anyway, let me continue. Thank you, God, for being my hiding place. Thank you for being my shepherd so that I never want. Thank you for being my shelter by sending your angels to encamp round about me. Thank you for all my days. Glory to God. Thank you for time, all of my years on earth. Make me a safe place for everyone in my life. I thank you, God, for everyone who supports me. I thank you, God, for everyone who treasures me. I thank you, God, for everyone who heals me. I thank you, God, for conquering my enemies. Thank you for being my source of growth. Thank you for mindfulness. Thank you for releasing your mercy in my life, God. These words I pray in your name. Amen. Wow. I don't know about you, but that prayer was something special for me. I cannot believe I wrote that. What was going through my mind? It's funny, right? When I was writing this book, I was having a similar experience that I'm having now with that person I tell you that's constantly on my mind. I mean, at the time when I was writing this book, I remember there was somebody who I was constantly praying for. But it was different in that it was somebody I constantly felt like I needed to contact. And oh my gosh, it was such a debilitating experience for me. It was a self-hating experience for me, because I felt like I'm constantly calling someone who doesn't want to talk to me, who doesn't want me in his life, who doesn't care about me, who doesn't love me, or in my mind wasn't choosing me. But I constantly had this thing where I felt like I needed to call and check up on this person, call and check up on this person. I would have sometimes visions or images floating through my mind of this person on a gurney. I remember once I had this image of him like somebody was stabbing him to death. Like, I used to have some crazy images. And I remember even at night, I would wake up and the prayers are so much that I had to write it down. And you know what? Next show, I'm going to bring my notes with my prayer just to show you. I wrote it in red ink. Red ink. These prayers were written in red ink, right? Before I transfer them to the book, right? It was a similar thing. And so even now that this is happening to me, it's just that I haven't placed what exactly, you know, what's funny as I said that, one of the reasons I do this podcast is to try to drown out the thoughts, to get myself busy so I can do something, so I can drown out the thoughts of what happens when that person comes to my mind, because it's a constant thing, a constant care that I feel. And you know what? God is doing what he's doing. And yeah, and if you're going through something similar, ride the waves. And one of the things I made a commitment to do is that this will not be misery for me. This is going to be pure joy. And so whenever I think about the person, whenever the person comes to my mind, I make sure it's pure joy. Pure joy. No sadness, no sorrows, no tears. Pure joy. And God bless this person. I want you to bless him. I want you to guide him. I want you to shower him with wealth and abundance and love. I pray that God, the people in his life, will love him and love him hard and love him in a way that he can interpret it and experience it to the betterment of himself. He's just such a special guy, and I just want God to grant him the desires of his heart. Yeah, and I want God to protect him, that whatever come up against him, that he will rise above it and he will overcome it, and he shall win in the courts, in the streets, in the homes. No matter what happens, he wins. He wins. Anyway, welcome to the show. It's now time for us to go into our ASMR moment. Let's go. Something. Just hug a pillow. Hug yourself. Yeah. It's beautiful. Wow. That was so beautiful. Wow. Oh, wow.
Hey, curious minds, ready to unbox your next big find? Every episode of Unbox Solutions with me dives deep into Amazon gems, smart hacks, and surprising solutions you might not know existed. From combat boots to kitchen gadgets, we unbox them all, up close, unfiltered, and just for you. Tag along as we refresh, relax, and renew your everyday routine, one product at a time. Catch new episodes every Tuesday on YouTube at My Coach Ministry. Hit subscribe, smash that bell, and never miss a reveal.
All right. It's now time for unboxing solutions with me. In another life, I will be a singer. In another life. Yes, baby. If I ever come back to Earth, I'll be a singer. I promise you. I'm going to have a beautiful voice with which to sing. Anyway, let's go. And remember, I told you earlier that today we kind of flip the segments around and we're putting allegedly for last because of the length and duration. All right. Yes. So it's time for unboxing solutions with me. Today we're unboxing a sleek side table. This little sleek side table right here, the table I actually use for my podcast. I'm going to be unboxing that along with some other accessories today, exploring how little upgrades can refresh and your space and your mindset. Right. So that is pretty much what we're going into right now. And I'm going to share the video, but before we do that, I just want to go through the items that we're going to be unboxing today. All right. I'm trying to get it. As you can see, I'm sharing it with you right now on the screen. That's the list of items I'll be unboxing today. But just for the benefits of those who are listening and not seeing. So today I'm going to be unboxing a cat deterrent spray. It's a natural cat repellent spray, anti-scratch deterrent for furniture, sofas, rugs, curtains, plants, indoor and outdoor repellent cat kittens, non-toxic, alcohol-free. Now, when I purchased this, it's because I had some cats that were coming on the veranda, and it was wild cats, and I saw there was one for a while, and then I saw two, and I did not want to have like a lot of them coming, or for it to become a space where they continuously come. And so I wanted it, but can I tell you that I have not used it because I don't want them to come on the veranda, right? And take up residence, but I don't necessarily want them to not visit the home. I'm afraid of cats, kind of, right? Not like terrible fear or anything. Let me change that word. I'm not fond of cats. That's it. I don't like them coming up against me, things like that. I'm not a small animal person. I'm a large animal that I can see from a very far person. Like horses, cows, donkeys. I love donkeys. Donkeys are, the more I think about it, I think donkeys are my favorite. Well, horses. Oh God, I'm in love with horses, but I love donkeys too. Like I really, really love donkeys. I have an affinity for donkeys. Yeah, but I have a passion for horses. Like I love horses, and one day I'm going to own horses. At least a horse, 2 horses, 2. I remember the last person I dated. I remember he said he was going to buy me a black horse and a brown horse. Bless his heart. Okay, so we're doing that one, and the next one we're doing now is it's a 19-piece professional hair bleach kit, hair coloring products with hair dye brush, hair color bowl, hair clips, applicator, earmuffs for hair highlighting and hair coloring at home. The next one is Safer Brand Home, one indoor plug-in fly trap for flies, fruit flies, moths, gnats, and other flying insects. 1 traps plus 5 glue cards. And then the side table, small round end table with storage shelf for small space, 2-tier space bedside table, sofa couch table, round accent table, nightstand for living room, bedroom, rustic brown. And that's this that I'm actually using right here, that my bookshelf is on top of, and the microphone is also on top of. Yes, and then we have coconut oil infused woven dental floss, vegan and cruelty free, mint scent, 2 month supply, 33 yards plus 1 unit. This floss is what I use. I love it because it's kind of like a thread floss, and it's not the plasticky thing, because I can't use the plasticky thing because it like cuts my gum. So I don't like that one that feels plasticky. I'm not saying it is plastic. It's just the best way I know how to explain it. The wax one, I don't like that one. But this one that I use, it's threaded, so it's softer on my gum, and I find it more effective as well to get things out. Yeah. And the final thing I'm going to be unboxing in this video is the USB-C SD card reader. I'm actually using that right now for the microphone to connect my MacBook Pro to my microphone. Yeah, so it's a card for iPhone 15, 16, iPad, Mac, laptop, USB-C, Type-C memory card, adapter for iMac, iPad Pro, Air Mini, MacBook Pro Air, Galaxy Micro SD. Yeah, so these are the items that I'm going to be unboxing today. All right, let's go to the video. Right, I don't know. There we go, that's it. So that's me in my home in the area where I work out. Is my little fitness area. Yeah. So I'm opening the box with all the items, and that I think is, what was that I just showed? Oh, hang on. I think the first one was a floss. That first one. But I'm gonna go through them. You're gonna see me open them closer. Yeah. So right now I'm just really taking them from the box. Cat spray. Now this is the table. Yeah. All right. Yes. So I'm opening the box. I really love ripping packages apart. Like, it's just something I love opening. I enjoy opening the packages more than I enjoy shopping. I just love opening packages. I don't know why. I just do. I love the sound, the popping, the ASMR. Yeah, I enjoy all of that. Yeah, so that's the table. I really, really like these tables. Yeah, and I love the material too. It's very pretty, earthy and stuff, smooth. Yeah. So right now I'm extracting the pieces to fit the table together. Yeah. Garbage. All right, let's put this together. Yeah, of course I speed it up. I didn't go at that fast pace, but yeah, because of time. Yeah, I really enjoy doing these things. It's very relaxing for me. And when I'm doing things like these, I'm very focused on what I'm doing. I'm living in the moment. I'm not worrying. I'm not thinking about anything else. Yeah. And I really, really enjoyed, doing this. It's fun. Fun when I can actually get it done. When I don't like when it's too complicated. But once, I feel like, yeah, I can manage this. I can do this. There we go. That's the manual with the instructions. And by the way, I actually follow the instructions to do this, and the instructions are clear, to the point. To the point. Yeah. Do you enjoy unboxing things? Please share with me in the comments if you do. And are you someone who shops online? And well, it doesn't matter where you shop really, but I'm just asking, do you shop online? Do you enjoy shopping online? And what's the anticipation like when you shop for something that's to be delivered? No, this is the thing for me, right? I do like going into a store and order things, but the thing is, for me, it becomes overwhelming. When I see everything, but I feel like I don't get as much information on it. I'm just seeing the items. Sometimes it becomes overwhelming for me. But for me, I prefer shopping online. When I'm shopping online, I feel like I get all the information I need on the items. I feel like I make informed choices, is what I'd say. When I shop online, I feel like I'm making more informed choices, and I don't have to feel like I'm bothering anybody by constantly asking them about an item. When I go online, I see about the product, the information, the instructions, everything. I also get to see reviews on the products, and I'm not promoting online shopping. I'm just sharing my experience. And why it is that I personally prefer shopping online. I get to see what other people think. I get to see the images of the thing because people share their photos of the thing, so you see how they use it. Oh my gosh, sometimes it's so interesting how people use a certain item when you buy it for the kitchen, but you see them using it in their bathroom or outside or whatever. It's just so interesting. And then a lot of my solutions that I've found is sometimes, how do I explain this? Let me see if I can put the words together properly. Now, one of the most beautiful things, the experiences I've had from Unbox, from purchasing online. Oh, hold on. So this now is that's the fly sticker. Yes, that's a fly sticker, and it's very, very good. It works. It works beautifully. So that's a fly sticker. There we go. Yeah, you plug it into the wall, you stick that thing on it, and the flies get trapped on the stick, on the sticky part. Yeah, see that part that I just showed? Yes. So that's it. And you just plug it in. Yeah. And it has a light. And that now is the USB-C adapter that I'm currently using. Yeah. Yeah. That's it. Works like a charm. Yeah. I think it's also a card reader. And this now is the kit for my hair coloring or bleaching. I love to bleach my hair. I like to change the color of my hair. I have not mastered it though, but it's something I like to have different color in my hair because I like my natural hair. Yeah, it has different things in it. You have the things for the ears. You have the cup to pour the thing in that you just saw. It came with gloves. It also have a thing that you put around your shoulder to protect your clothes from the dye. Yeah, it's a very, and it also have outside of the plastic ear cover. It have the other thick one. This one, a thicker ear cover thing. Yeah. Yeah, and it has the brush, and it came I think with a comb as well. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, very, very cute little, yeah, those are the clips. Yeah, it has a lot of things in it, this little thing. Yes, and then you have that as well. The entire thing is there, the entire thing. And this is what I'm saying, right? What I was trying to say is one of the beautiful things about this is the thing that you put over your shoulder, so the hair, the color, you don't get the dye all over your clothes. What I was saying is one of the most amazing thing I've learned from unboxing is how different things or unusual things can become solutions to issues you may have and you never thought about. Because I remember there are times when I've looked for things and I'm thinking, how can I find something for this? And I don't know what it is that I want for it, but I just know I'm having an issue with something, and that's the gloves. And I'm trying to find, I need something for this issue that I'm having. And then in going shopping online and looking at the reviews of what people do, you find something that they use a plate for, and you're like, oh my gosh, why did I not think of using a plate for a picture frame? For example, I'm just using that as an example. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like I've been having this problem and I had the solution in my home all the time. And that's a cat spray. I had the solution all along and I didn't realize it because I wasn't thinking of using certain things as a multifunctional item. You have a cup and you think it's just a cup that you drink water from, but that cup can become a flower pot. You know what I mean? And just unique things. So for me, I love shopping online because I find little solutions. That's some of the glues for the trap, and this is the floss. Love it. But I'm just saying, you get to find these little things. For even my floss, all of these things are solutions for me, daily solutions that I need that help me in my daily life to live a happy and fulfilling life. And the table. So that's the table, and that's me setting up the table right here. There we go. Look at that. Ah, gosh, I love it. I hope you enjoyed this because I did. Yes, so it's every item you unbox is a potential multifunction item. That's a tip, but it's not necessarily the tip for the day, but it's a good tip anyway. Let's go to the tip for the day. All right, so this is our tip for or unboxing tip. Here's our unboxing tip for today. Unbox with intention. Really, that's kind of what I'm saying. Unbox with intention. Before you open the package, name what this solution represents. Peace, focus, productivity, or joy. This way, you're unboxing a purpose, not just a product. This transforms the act from consumption to empowerment. Each new tool becomes a step toward clarity, creativity, or comfort. And let me share this with you. one of the things that this program helps me with is I'm someone who has experienced immense scarcity in certain areas of my life, right? And so for me, I'm very cautious about my spending, and because I don't ever want to, and it's not just because I've gone through scarcity, but I also experience other people going through stuff, not having certain access that I do. And so sometimes I have guilt in spending. And sometimes I especially have guilt in spending on me. If I have to spend on the business, if I have to spend on somebody else, there's no guilt. But when it's time for me to get something I need, it's not as bad now. I used to have terrible guilt. Oh my gosh, one of these days I need to talk about that. I used to have terrible guilt about shopping for groceries, baby. Groceries. And if the grocery bill came up to a certain amount, oh my gosh, it was just pure guilt. I couldn't live with myself. I started getting anxious, depressed, things like that, right? But anyway, one of the things and one of the reasons I do the show is because it helps me. I had to find the purpose in what I was purchasing. That's what helps me now. So I ask myself, why are you purchasing this? Is it just because you need this? Is it just because you want to have something else? No. How is this an investment in your peace and your purpose and your joy and your well-being and your wellness? How is it adding to your life? That is kind of why I do the show, for me and hopefully for you. It helps me realize that I'm not just spending just for the sake of spending, but all these things these are investments in me living the life that I desire, the life I deserve. And so I'm able to identify the purpose. For example, even this table that I just unboxed, right? Yes, it's a nice table because I needed something to put my bookshelf on, right? I needed something to put my bookshelf on. But here I am using it for my program. And this program someday will pay me. You see what I'm saying? So it's become a part of purpose. So I just wanted to share that with you as you do. And it is my hope that this is empowering for you. It is my hope that you found empowerment in the messages that's shared for this program. Anyway, this is our unboxing solutions with me for today. Let's go to the next segment. Funding tips and trends. Free Money Wednesdays.
Want to turn ideas into income? Say less. It's Free Money Wednesdays. Every week, we drop the hottest funding alerts, grants, scholarships, startup catch, and hidden gems. Tune in with the Free Money crew as we break down how to apply, win, and level up. From the blog to the tube, we've got you covered. Visit mycoachministry.com/blog or subscribe on YouTube at mycoachministry for the latest drops.
Okay, welcome to another segment of Free Money Wednesday, and this episode is focusing on 89 illuminated doors. And I want you to look at what I'm showing you there. I want to say thank you for your support. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for supporting this program. Now, this episode that we're going into, I want us to think of an anthem of possibility, because that's what this is about. So let's get to it. So welcome, radiant souls, to another Free Money Wednesdays, where the universe's generosity meets your readiness to receive. Okay, today we stand on the cusp of August 2025, a gateway opened by 89 powerful grand opportunities, all beckoning your unique vision forward. Now let's go directly to the blog. So this is right here. There we go. All right. So the first thing we're going to look at, the magic of 89. Okay. So every 9 isn't just a number. It's a constellation of possibilities. MyCoachMinistry.com highlights these as essential grants to pursue in August 2025, crafted for both global seekers and US-based dreamers. 89 reasons to lean into your ambitions, to dare with faith, and to bring your loftiest ideas to life. And all you have to do is go to www.mycoachministry.com. Hold a second. You've reached. Oh, sorry. Yeah, mycoachministry.com/blog, or when you just go to mycoachministry.com, just scroll down until you see the money blog. All right. Yes. Now, some of these grants come from federal sources. For example, Department of Labor's WDQI grants offering up to $2.5 million to modernize state data systems, DOL. Others spark innovations in nonprofits, libraries, or community-based movements, right? Each one is a spark waiting for you, waiting for your fuel. Now, a poetic map of impact. Picture this. The path to funding is like the moonlighting river, winding, reflective, and rich. Each grant described in that golden list is a tributary leading toward a sea of renewal. Yes. Is your mission to uplift your community? The Hartford Foundation's Pomeroy Brace Fund is open soon, with $1,000 to $25,000 available for projects that build, beautify, and break new ground. It opens on August 26. Proposals are due by October 1. That's the Hartford Foundation for Public Giving. Are you igniting minds through culture or tech? FEMA's non-disaster preparedness grants were unveiled July 28, 2025, offering funding to nurture resilience in art, heritage, safety, and preparedness. FEMA. Do you ripple change close to home? The Grand Traverse Regional Community Foundation now offers quick response grants of up to $2,500 dispersed monthly for nimble projects in communities longing to breathe innovation. These are not static dollars, y'all. They are living portals. They want your courage, your bold ideas, your urgency. So let's renew your call for action, right? My dear listeners, rising is not an accident. Let me say that again, my dear listeners. Rising is not an accident. It's intentional. Let this episode be your clarion. Read the article, breathe in all 89 opportunities, let them tease possibilities you've yet to imagine. Select the 3 that call you the loudest. Even if eligibility seems slim, let the resonance guide you. Then write with data in one hand and your soul in the other. Let stories, statistics, and your burning purpose intertwine. August 2025 is bleeding into September's arms, so time is sacred. Let's move not tomorrow, but today. Let us lean into the fresh where money meets meaning. As the sun sets on August and the next door inches open, remember, you are not asking for clarity. You're claiming your birthright. A grant is not just funds. It's belief in what you bring to the world. So go, apply. Let your vision stand in the light of possibility. This is Free Money Wednesdays, where your dreams are not only welcome, they are wanted. They're invited. They're desired. Until next, of course, for you, this segment of our program is re-aired on Wednesdays. All right. So make sure you join in and refresh, relax, renew. And may free money find you faithful. Let's go to our tip for today. Okay, so this is our free Money Wednesdays tip, our funding tip for today. So, one grant equals one story. Never recycle the exact same proposal for every application. Each grant deserves its own tailored story. Make the funders see themselves in your success. This has been this week's episode of Free Money Wednesdays. Let's go to our next segment, allegedly.
From Hollywood to your hood, public breakdowns are everywhere. But what if we turn gossip into growth? On Allegedly, we react to the wildest viral stories, celebs spiraling, influencers breaking down, and infamous moments you can't unsee. But we don't just watch, we work. We break it down, do the self-work, and find the breakthrough hiding in their mistakes. New episodes drop every Monday on YouTube at My Coach Ministry, because your healing might just begin with someone else's headline. Allegedly, where the breakdown is the beginning of your breakthrough.
All right, so welcome back to Allegedly. Thank you so much for staying with us for this long. I hope you're enjoying the program. It is my hope that you're being empowered through this program. All right, so it is now time for Allegedly, and of course today we're talking about Monique and TS Madison, and I'm going to be sharing some clips with you, Amanda Seals, and I have some things of my own to share with you, and I think I'm just going to share those with you first because it leads into what's coming up next, right? Well, no, let's go. First, we're going to go to Monique. Now, why was this clip important to me? Sharing this with you have been important to me because, I'm so sorry. I'm forgetting something here. Welcome to Allegedly, and of course during this segment we indulge in other people's stories and their life experiences. We do not want to take that for granted, so in an attempt not to do so, we want to seize this moment to say thank you to every single person who will be mentioned in these stories, every single person whose story we will talk about, every name that will be evoked in the sentence, every story that will be brought up. We want to say thank you and let people know we honor your experiences, we honor your story, and we do not sit here just to criticize. No, we sit here and we use your information as research, as supporting data, as and I'm going to be reading the fair use, but that is the other reason we're using it. It's not to lambast, and it's certainly not to shame or disparage or to throw it back in your faces. It's that we explore your life experiences, and especially those that are disruptive, and we apply that as influence to do our self-work, our own work on self, so that we can achieve breakthroughs in our lives. So we're not just watching your story to say you did something. We are using your story as a mirror to look back at ourselves, so that we can look into our own selves to see, what is this telling me about myself? What work do I need to do on myself so that I can make sure I do not become that which I detest or that which I don't approve of. Because often it's not just in the mind that change happens when you think about something. No, we have to do the work. We have to do the self-work, whether it's going to therapy, whether it's going to get educated, whether it is having conversations that are challenging, whatever it is, we need to do that self-work so that we can experience breakthroughs, because there is wisdom to be gained and garnered from the experience of others. So now we're going to go to the copyright disclaimer. All right, so copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. All right, fantastic. Now let's go to the Monique story. All right, so why did I want to talk about this story? Of course, Monique is an Oscar-winning actress, comedian, lover of her Black community, auntie. The To me, she's one of those persons who's of great inspiration to me in a real practical way. Not just because she's on TV, not just because she have accolades or titles, but because of her lifestyle, because of her messages, because I see her as someone who lives in her truth, unafraid to fall, unafraid to be outcast, unafraid to speak her truth. It's like this woman has decided, I'm going to be me. And that is why I'm so inspired by her, by the essence and the core of who she is. I am not a fan. I'm just inspired by her story. And TS Madison, as she says, her name says, transsexual. Yes, she was born male or born a boy, but she lives as a woman. Is that how she presents as a woman? Right, that's it. I've only met her as a woman until she said transsexual. I didn't know, but let me tell you what. There's something, and I want to do a story on her at some point, but I'm still sorting it out. There's something about when I listened to her the first time, and why I listen to her every now and again. Like I said again, I'm not a fan of anyone, but I am inspired by authenticity. Authenticity inspires me. In a time when for me, the world of LGBTQ plus ism felt choking, like it was choking me. I felt like I was held up at gunpoint and somebody was choking me to accept something that I did not understand, that I did not know, I was not fair with, and I needed more information on. It wasn't in a matter of me being in disagreement. I couldn't be in disagreement because I didn't understand it. But I felt like I was being choked. It was being poured down my throat, like swallow, swallow, swallow. I wasn't able to chew. And then I came upon something with her, and I heard compassion and understanding in her tone. Almost like she said, I understand if you don't get it. Because, I'll tell you this, right? I know I am what they call heterosexual. I have no attraction to a woman. So for me, if another woman says, I have no attraction to a man, I could never force that person to still be with that man. Because I'm telling you, women do nothing for me down there. Nothing. I mean, well, men hardly do it, but I'm not asexual. Get me here. I love men. But I'm just saying, that to say I wanted to understand. And it was refreshing to hear somebody who speaks in such a way that it wasn't choking. It wasn't suffocating. There was air to be had when she started talking about her experience. And for that, I'm going to forever love TS Madison. Forever. There's nobody that can change my mind about her, not even her. Yeah? I'm not a fan. I'm not someone who follows her all the time. Sometimes I listen to her podcast with Craig, Fag Talk, because I find it very informative on the world that we're living in. And I think you'd be a fool not to listen in, to understand what's going on out there. There's some persons who, I don't want to hear about that. Then how do you know? If you shut off information, then you exist in blindness. How wise is that? Anyway, the first time I was introduced to TS Madison was because a woman I love and I'm empowered and inspired by was being taken through the ringer, and I was hurt by it. I felt like people just kept shutting Monique up. Shut up. We don't want you. We don't care. We don't hear you. My interpretation of things. That's how I felt like people were treating her, discarding her, shutting her down, as if she must just go away, go suffer in silence. Don't none of us want to hear you talk about those who we consider heroes. Who do you think you are? And I was watching Monique, and she was an inspiration to me because I saw myself in Monique. And then one day, I don't know that TS Madison will ever see this, but TS Madison, if you ever see this, I want to say thank you to your mom for having you. I want to say thank you. Why am I getting emotional? I want to say thank you to your mom for doing the work, the self-work, clearly, that empowered you to be who you are today. because I'm not sure I have the word, but I find you to be somebody who's so authentic. And if you're pretending, that's on you, because even your authenticity isn't pretending to. If this is not who you are and you're pretending, then that's on you. But I see real authenticity there, and I want to say thank you to your mom for it, because when you gave Monique that platform and you had that interview with her, and I knew it was divine because of the chaos you all spoke of that existed around it. You see, breakdowns are for a reason. It's not accident. It's not accident. And so with the whole thing with Kaya and whatever, it's exactly how it was supposed to be, because you were supposed to do that interview, not you and Kaya. You were supposed to do that interview. And when I saw you sat with that woman and you listened, and I don't understand how I see this in how you present. One of the things, man, I'm telling you, I respect about you is when you say, listen, I'm not going to talk about somebody's life. You rather sit down and talk about your own self and let people see you talk about yourself so much. Yo, respect you for it. Respect you for it. I respect you for it. You don't need my words, but I'm sharing them anyway. I don't care how you present, what you have at the top, what you have at the bottom, your character. The person who you've presented yourself to be. I am not a fan. I'm not a fan of anybody. I've been inspired by your authenticity, because that's the way I live my life. And that's the thing that moves me. Authenticity. I don't care how a person presents. Just presenting your own truth. When you sat with Monique at a time when those who look and feel and live as her did not want to touch her with a long foot pole because they weren't authentic enough to do so. You did. And I thank your mom for that. And I thank you for that. Thank you for that. And that was how I was introduced to you, because of Monique. Because if I hadn't seen Monique there on that platform, I wouldn't have clicked, because I'm not a fan who goes around and just watch things for no reason. I have to have a reason for why I'm watching something, and I have to have a plan for what I'm getting out of this thing. I invest my time, I invest my mind, I invest my emotions. I don't just spend them unwisely, But when I saw you brought Monique on at that time, because you see, God made that space for you too. Everything that Monique was going for was also for you too, so that this could happen. Because you see, God had to create breakdown so that when breakthrough happens, people can see it and say, oh, this is special, because of the chaos that was seemingly around it. See, if everyone else didn't reject her the way they did, your interview with her wouldn't have stand out to me. So everything is in our best interest. And Monique, for some reason, like, this woman inspires me. I see my mother in her. I'm just so excited. So I watched the first interview and I didn't understand how some person missed some of it. Some of the things you said, the advocacy that you spoke of, in that the fact that you were advocating for Black women behind closed doors. I heard it from that interview. From that interview, I heard it, right? So when I saw this second one, I'm like, I've got to listen in. Let me tell you something. That 1 hour plus program lasted 5 minutes on my channel. I watched it in 5 minutes. Okay. That was a 5-minute segment. Let me be clear. The thing, I sat there, I didn't breathe. It's like when you have this power nap? I went to sleep for 5 minutes and woke up powered. It was a power nap experience for me. When it was finished, I'm like, oh, hang on. I was here for 5 minutes. 5 minutes. How on God's earth was this an hour? I loved it. I loved it. I love it. I love it. And I was so empowered. And I have 2 clips that I want to share from it. Love it, man. Okay. When you're using different devices, you have to remember how to use them because they're different. Oh, hang on. Why are you going ahead of me, baby? Hold on. Let me find. There's one I want to play the Tyler Perry one first. One
of the biggest entertainment.
Hang on. So this one is on about Tyler Perry and boy, Madison. You see, I give this woman TS Madison thumbs up, my darling. Thumbs up and thank you. I respect people who can allow people to have their space without feeling threatened, without feeling like you have to defend. You sat there, and yes, you work with Mr. Tyler Perry, and maybe you and Mr. Tyler Perry are friends. I ain't got nothing against Mr. Tyler Perry, but I still support Monique's right to speak her experience. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You're not being disloyal to one because you're allowing someone else to have their voice. And I loved that you sat there and allowed this woman to speak, even though she's speaking on somebody who you respect and love and admire and work for.
Entertainers in the world is Tyler Perry. And Tyler Perry told a lie to me. And that lie cost me 12 years of my career. 12.
Hold on.
And I know that you work for that man. But as I told you before, and I'm going to say it again, until he fixes it, I will not stop. Because that's how the monster is created. With you afraid, with you scared, with you fearful that you're going to take something from me. So I'm just not going to say anything. Harvey Weinstein is where? He's in jail. Now that's been going on for decades. But everybody said, let it go. Don't say nothing. Which allowed that man to do more damage to women over the decades. As long as I can help it. I'm saying, Tyler Perry, you will not do this to another. As long as I can help it, because you told a lie. And you feel like you have the God complex. So I ain't got to fix it. Either you'll fix it in life or you'll be dealt with in death. It's totally up to you. But I'm not going nowhere. Oprah, I'm not going anywhere until y'all take accountability and fix it. Y'all messed with my livelihood, which messes with my family. Never would I do that to anyone. So until they fix it, I won't back down.
Well, let me ask you, what does fixing it look like for you?
You see what Lee Daniels did? Mm-hmm. That man walked out on that stage publicly. See, you publicly shamed me. You publicly shamed me. So now you have to publicly fix it.
That's right.
Tyler Perry, you cost my family millions.
Of course.
And millions and millions of dollars. And it is a beautiful thing when you tip somebody $3,000. It's a beautiful thing when you give somebody $400,000 for their house burned down. Those are good deeds. However, you know what you did to a black woman named Monique. So
and you can't correct it by trying to fix other people.
We see what you're trying to do, but you can't fool us. And I don't believe I'm the only one. Of course not. You don't do that to somebody and it be your first time. You don't, because you're too comfortable in doing it. And when you get that God complex, the universe is watching everything.
Of course it is.
Fixing it means you apologize publicly.
That's
and you
right.
Cost my family
That's
millions.
step one. Step
so
one.
It's you want to. I don't want to put words in you. I just deciphering. You want a public apology and you want restitution.
Yes,
that's right.
And I say that unapologetically.
Unapologetically.
You are on tape saying what you did to me was wrong. You are on tape. That's your voice, Tyler Perry. You called us. We didn't call you. You said what he did to me was wrong, and he was going to fix it when his movie Boo came out. When did Boo come out? 2016. We are now in 2025, and you've not fixed that. You've not fixed it.
All right. So that was the first clip. And I remember the first time TS Madison spoke with Monique, the interview, it was when she spoke about the same thing. And I remember, and in this interview, they talk about it. TS Madison was instrumental in Monique's and Lee Daniels' reconnection, which is powerful. There's something about I want you to pay attention to with how TS Madison does things, which I like. She's self-aware, right? And it's when she said, I don't want to put words in your mouth. This is what I'm hearing. It's those little things that I look for in people. See, an attempt, you make the effort to understand, not just to be on the attack or to defend. You try to ensure, what are you saying? I don't want to just relax and assume what I think you're trying to say. Or, oh, she want money? Oh, she want, no. Is this what you're saying? Let me see if I'm hearing you correctly. Let's practice doing that in our real lives, people, with the people we love. I am trying to do that. It's something I'm working on myself. Monique has the right to talk about what pains her. She has the right to. You can choose to believe her or not, but to shut her up is disrespectful and demeaning and dehumanizing. She ought to be allowed to have her say. The next clip that I want to play.
I think that we get so caught up in other people's opinions.
Oh my God.
And once we get caught up in other people's opinions, you start living for other people. And you look in the mirror and you're miserable, and you're depressed, and you're suicidal because all of your decisions were not yours, they were somebody else's.
Yes.
So you can't get caught. And I say this with no judgment. You can't get caught in other people's opinions and feelings about you.
That's right.
You'll leave this earth never really fully being satisfied because you were so concerned about what the church said,
what this said, what that said,
down the street said. And people say, listen, I'm a walking me. And once you walk in you, people fell in love with TS Madison, dick and all.
All of it.
Yeah. Dick and
because you're authentic.
This ain't that kind of, this one of the show.
Okay.
Because people see she shows you who she is. And she's not hiding her hand.
Yeah, we're going to talk about dick and all. We're going to talk about Monty eating coochie.
Okay, talk about it.
I want to share this with you. I don't know how much you can see it. This picture is currently on my Facebook page. I talked about this in our last segment with the little boy who was reportedly in rags, looking in the mirror to the one that was dressed in a suit, and that was who he was hoping to become. Monique said something just now when he said we are so enraptured. Is that a word? Yeah. We're so wrapped up in other people's opinions that we don't even know who we are. And this is what I wrote on the picture after I did the thing last time. I'm going to share the picture on here. Until our children are rooted in the worth of their own reflection, they will forever chase themselves in the shadows of others, believing the variety outside is the supreme, the worthy, the goal. But in the pursuit of imitation, they risk becoming a mummified echo of who they truly are, oppressed not by chains of others, but by the abandonment of self. You may look at this picture of this little boy looking at himself in the mirror as, oh my God, that's who I'm going to become. It's not inspiration. It's dehumanizing. Why can't the person in the mirror also be the same tattered person with all the accolades and achievements that he hoped for? Why can't he remain himself? Furthermore, what is tattered and what is decent? Who determines that? That's another conversation. I don't want to get too much into it. I want to go on to Amanda. All right, so leading straight from Monique into this thing with Amanda. And Amanda is another person that I realized that as a community, online anyway, there's a lot of hate that goes towards her. And sadly, it seems it goes towards her because of her authenticity. She refuses to stop being herself and speak her truth. And some of us cannot handle, we don't have the self-bandwidth, the self-love bandwidth to withstand another person's profession of love for themselves and their positions, because we're so insecure in our position that we're threatened by another person's perspective. And another thing that people do, and people do this a lot to me too, you share something and they, for example, I just spoke about TS Madison. Everybody's not going to say, oh, so you love people who are are trans persons, you love my man being dressed up as a woman, whatever. I never had that discussion with you. I told you I respect the woman. I told you I respected that person. How on earth do you? I'm telling you, sometimes some people get to they use this one thought you shared and have this whole thing. Which is why sometimes someone said they like us and we think we're falling in love because we think it means they love us and they're going to live for us the rest of their lives. No, what the person said is what the person said. If you want to learn my position on another topic, it's up for discussion. We can have a conversation. But don't make any assumption on who I am because of one thing that I said or I stood for. I am a multifaceted person. I'm a dynamic being. I'm unlimited, baby. Unlimited. So now we're going to go to Amanda Seales. Two things I want to spotlight from her conversation. She had what they call, I think it's called Surrounded. It's where you have Amanda Seales, a black radical, and she's debating with 20 black conservatives, right? It was a very, very not an eye-opening, because everything that went on there, that's what I see every day online. You see it, it's clear, yeah. And then I don't remember what I was going to say, but yeah. It's not so unique. I'm not surprised by the level of the conversations that she's having, but it's still disheartening, because that thing that I just read about the little boy looking in the mirror, this was like a manifestation of that to me. These young men who came up, or these black conservatives that came up talking to Amanda, I swear to you, this was the mirrored version of them talking. It's like, know that they have achieved the person in the mirror, they no longer like the tattered person that they were. This is my opinion on understanding. It's just how I interpreted the conversation. All right, it's like, oh, know that I'm the person in the mirror, know that I have achieved, know that I'm in my clean suit, know that I have my new position and my new perspective. I don't even, who was that I don't like the people who look the way I was looking before. It's crazy. Anyway, and that's what Monique is saying too. Well, let's go to the clip. And I think Amanda did very, very well. She held her own and she managed the conversation very well.
The daughter of an immigrant. It is imperative.
Hang on.
Trying to protest against, you guys don't ever do this. KTS.
You guys don't ever do that.
KTS,
who is you guys?
Members of the black community that want to hold people accountable, especially black people. So KTS was shot 60 times outside of Cook County, Chicago. How many BLM members came out? You earlier said BLM is about
referring to me as you guys.
Okay, fine. So, for example, we had a really good example of this where it's not a police, because I remember you.
Where are you from?
Where am I from? What do you mean by that? Like, what state am I from? Where was I born?
Where do you live right now?
I live in Florida. I was born in Angola, though. I was born in sub-Saharan Africa. Okay.
Where did you grow up for most of your time?
In Maine. I lived in North America.
In Maine.
Yes.
And what is the population of black people in the town that you're from?
It's really extremely low, but I grew up around black people, and there's a black community where I lived.
And that black community that you lived in, did they teach you about black history in the United States? Like, are your parents black American?
Yeah, my mom is black. My father is black.
No, I'm asking, were they born in the United States?
No, because I wasn't born there.
Oh, so you guys are all from Angola?
Yes, but again, like I told you earlier, right? Trying to protest.
Sources are not. You're not able to cite your sources.
In New York. Yeah, that's the truth.
It's not the truth. It's not the truth.
Please go sit down.
Nothing you say is actually the truth. Nothing. You're the daughter of an immigrant. It is imperative that black people from other places understand the disparate difference that they exist from black people in the United States. It is not the same, period. And ultimately, the best effort that we can do as a diaspora is to lead in understanding, not in judgment. So when I am talking to somebody from Sudan, from the Congo, from Angola, I'm listening to understand their experience, not to undermine it. And I refuse to allow anybody from Grenada, from Angola, from any other place to come and try to undermine the experience of Black Americans.
You know what I think has happened to us? The thing that was meant to be the bridge for us to cross over became the platform upon which we now stand. We didn't cross over and go over and find ourselves. We got stuck as the man in the mirror. Literally, the man in the mirror. That person in the suit that we were trying to become, we got to that achievement and we got stuck there. That's how I feel. We got stuck there. And it's like there's something I share that I want to share. This is what I'm trying to say. See, sometimes I write my thoughts down because I'm a very wordy person. And sometimes it's just pure words. and I don't want to lose you, you know? Where is it? Here it is. This is what I say. If I am consistently taught to deny myself, I feel emotional again. God bless my nieces and nephews and their children, and their children's children. If I am consistently taught to deny myself, how long before I begin to deny my roots, my people, my ancestry, which I already barely know, my lineage, my source? Why would I defend that which I am conditioned to deny? I will very soon become a soldier for that which I am conditioned to pursue, even if that is the very cloak of the enemy, and subsequently will defend them against my very own, protecting what I believe I've earned/achieved. That's how I feel about it. Now, there's something I want to share. God help us, but it's a journey, right? It's a journey. It's all going to fall into place. It's a journey. No, he mentioned the concept, the subject of violence came up, right? So there's something I want to share this. After I watched this episode, I went on and I did a little research for myself. Yeah, I used Chat GPT and I did some research for myself. I wanted to understand. I wanted to get an understanding of the violence, the statistics on the violence in the Black community versus that in the white community, Black on Black crime versus white on white crime. I wanted to see the disparity. I wanted to see how wide wide the difference between them was, because for too long I think there's been this idea that the Black on Black crime is to such immense proportion it far outreaches or surpasses that of any other race, right? Or that of the white race, because that's the one we're always compared to. But I do believe that crime is a proximity thing, right? But that's just my belief. You'd have to do the research to find out what it really is. That's just what I think. Anyway, so Black on Black violence. The graphic I'm showing on the screen right now. When people say Black Americans are the most violent, and that's why the Black community is failing, the data tells a different story. As this chart, the one above me, shows, violence is not unique to the Black community. It's largely interracial. People harm those they live closest to. See, there we go. 72% of crimes against Black victims are by Black offenders. And I just want to say this because this was in the information that I found, but I don't necessarily have here. These data is just based on what has been reported. Okay? And I needed to see the source. So let me. All right, I needed to see the source for the data. All right. It's there, right? Yeah, it's there. All right. So 72% of crimes against Black victims are by Black offenders. 68%, that's 4, less than the 72, 68% of crimes against white victims are by white offenders. That's only a 4% difference. The truth, proximity and access, not race, are the strongest predictors of who commits violence against whom. This isn't about one race being more violent. It's about addressing systemic conditions, environments, and opportunities for real safety and change. Because I hear this being used against the Black community a lot, or rather, very often. And I thought, no, I need to do my own due diligence. Sorry, trying to get this for myself, right? Now, I want to share this, but I'm going to share Amanda's clip again before I read this clip. I want this here.
The dark immigrants. It is imperative that Black people from other places understand the disparate difference that they exist from Black people in the United States. It is not the same, period. And ultimately, the best effort that we can do as a diaspora is to lead in understanding, not in judgment.
Not in judgment.
Talking to somebody,
I say the same thing for my Jamaicans who migrate and talk about Jamaica.
To understand their experience, not to undermine it. And I refuse to allow anybody from Grenada, from Angola, from any other place to come and try to undermine the experience of Black Americans.
Right there. Right there. Right there. And this, I say, it's like we have this mirror before us to move from tatters to prosperity. And when we get to this quote unquote prosperity, it's like we compromised ourselves so much that we completely forget where we're coming from and who and the circumstances that existed before that we didn't do it to ourselves. And this even happened when I hear Jamaicans abroad talk about Jamaicans in Jamaica. And it's like they behave as though it's so foreign to them. Like, oh my God, why do you behave like that? Why you behave like that? Why are you so uncivilized? Because authenticity is what? Lack of civility? What on earth? What you call tatters, I call my natural skin tone, my natural clothes to wear. That's where I'm comfortable. Who determines one is better than the other? That to me is lack of civility. That you think that your way is the only way. That is the most uncivilized position that one could take in a world that's full of variety. That your way is the only right way. And if you don't agree or approve, then they're on the wrong side of history. They're going to hell because they don't believe in the God that you believe in. That is lack of civility. That's lack of charity. That's lack of love. That's lack of self-awareness, lack of self-knowledge, lack of self-acceptance, lack of self-love. Because you are unlike anyone. And no matter how much you think you fit in, you still stand out because you are an individual, because God designed you that way. So every time you curse someone else for their outstanding ways that you disapprove of, you diminish yourself. Now, let's go on here, because solidarity is what we need. Solidarity is power. Unity is power. Understanding and accepting that others are different from you. You don't have to accept what they do or what they believe, but accept that they have the right to it just like you do. Just like you do. So, family, today we're talking about something bigger than headlines, bigger than politics. We're talking about relationships. The sacred, unshakable relationship. We're talking about relationship. The sacred, unshakable relationship between Black immigrants and Black Americans. Black migrants and Black people who are left back at home where you leave them. Point 1. Same system, different passports. First, the system doesn't check your passport before it checks your skin. Whether you're a Ghanaian engineer or a third-generation Black American teacher, anti-Black discrimination hits us both. By the way, I'm Jamaican, let's be clear. And I live in Jamaica. Proud of it. Pew Research, and let me be clear and say this, because I've had opportunities to change that, because some persons might think, oh, you're stuck in Jamaica, that's why you feel this way. I had multiple opportunities to alter that and did not. I just want to put that out there. Pew Research, PEW, found over 3/4 of Black adults report discrimination, whether you were born in Kingston, Lagos, or Chicago. You're in the same fight, same system, same struggle, different passports. That means our shield has to be collective. Point 2, the civil rights door you walked through. Second, let's give credit where credit is due. The 1965 Immigration and Nationality Act, the law that opened America's doors wide to Black immigrants from across the globe, was only possible because of the civil rights movement. The sacrifices of Black Americans, marching, bleeding, dying, tore down racist quotas and made room for new waves of immigration. To turn away from Black Americans now would be like stepping through a door and then locking it behind you. We honor the fight by staying united. And point number 3, power multiplies when we vote together. Third, numbers. 1 in 10 Black people in America today is an immigrant. That's about 4.6 million strong and growing. Together, Black immigrants and Black Americans make up a voting bloc that decides school boards, city councils, governors, and yes, even presidents. When our ballots align, our power multiplies. This unity dilutes us. Unity delivers. Point 4, 1 pipeline, 2 systems. Fourth, let's talk justice. You know what's funny? The same immigrant who goes against their Black Americans are the ones that's quoting Martin Luther King Jr. and the Malcolm X's of the world. Make it make sense. Come on, I'm not trying to disrespect you. I'm saying, open your eyes, wake up. Black immigrants face double jeopardy. This is where we're talking. So fourth, let's talk justice. Black immigrants face double jeopardy. criminal legal system and immigration system. Over-policing pushes our people into jails, and from there into detention centers and even deportations. And let me just pause right there and tell you, does it stop at deportations? What I want you to ask yourself is, how do they use those of us they capture over there to have influence in our countries here? For example, when a Jamaican migrate and let's say somebody, the feds or whatever, hold one of them to use them against the Jamaican government system as leverage or whatever. Do you think that's a thing that could happen? Do you think that they could use the system over there could use our people to have leverage in our country? I want you to think about that, because that's something we need to think about. Data shows Black immigrants are disproportionately detained and abused in detention. But here's the truth. Criminal justice reform and immigrant rights reform are the same fight. Protecting one another is protecting ourselves. And I'll say this, even if it had nothing to do with slavery, it had nothing to do with immigration, it just had to do with people of the same, people from a similar group, just scattered about the world. How can it not be more powerful if we unite when we come together? Yeah, numbers increases power, right? And access. So there's only benefit if we unite for whatever reason. Just being similar and having similar experiences is a gift that should influence us to come together. I'll tell you my experience when I travel, and I don't know what happens. Let me tell you something. Is that the kindness of Jamaicans are on steroids when I travel. They're taking you out. They're taking you to eat. They're taking you to dine. They're taking you to shop. It's this thing. It's like they just pour pure love on us, and I'm thinking, damn, like, and if we unite, anyway, that's all I'm gonna say. Point 5, representation equal resources, right? Resources. 5th, representation. The 2020 census undercounted Black people by about 3.3%. That's billions of dollars lost in schools, clinics, housing, and infrastructure. Both Black immigrants and Black Americans pay the price. But when we organize together, make sure our families are counted, make sure our neighborhoods are seen, we bring resources home, solidarity doesn't just feel good. It funds future. It funds the future. Right? Yes. And this is something I'd like to say. For me, this is my opinion, my interpretation of the world. When I sit back and I look at when they talk about how Columbus came here and how people from different countries, they established the United Nations, which really to me is a hub or unit that manages cross-country relationships and businesses and opportunities, right? Hope I'm saying it wrong. Sorry, I hope I'm saying it right. Inter means here, there, and there, right? And intra means within. So I think it's an international, well, duh. I love myself, I swear. It manages international relations and relationships, right? And this is something I've been saying. I can't believe how full circle. This is a full circle moment, okay? For those who know, they know. I've been talking about this. It would be a wise Black person to seek to use travel as a business arm of their entrepreneurship goals, as an opportunity for business, to connect with your little kind, to connect with Black people. So for example, when you migrate as a Jamaican, you are able to build a business that connects both Jamaica and America. That's opportunities. That's new opportunities. That's new ideas. Yeah, that's some new stuff that people, when the Columbus and those people travel, I sat back, and what I was saying is I sat back and I realized that, hold on, these people didn't just get wealthy because they were in their countries doing things and selling things and building things. No, they became wealthy because they traveled. They traveled and established business or business opportunities, I want to call it, because they may have recorded it in history as something else, as discovery, blah, blah, blah. No, what you came here and did was establish business. You came here and established ways to generate income, to make you wealthy back home. You came here and generated wealth to make you wealthy and relevant back where you're from. Are we going to talk about it? It's my perspective. This is my view, my experience, what I've learned, what I've garnered. If you think I'm wrong, okay, that's cool. But this is how I see it. Travel. They go to different countries to establish relationships and establish businesses. They didn't earn all their money in their home country. They came where it was cheaper and where it was easier and established relationships, which is why when we go against each other, it works for them. Because if we only work with each other, how are they going to be able to come to Jamaica and make money if Jamaicans only decide to work with Jamaicans? They go around the world and they set up business networks. That's what I see. That's all I'm saying. Now, I have something else I want to share. Right? A whisper and a roar. So here it is. 5 reasons, backed by receipts, why our bond is sacred. Because the system, I'm sorry, I think I shifted around. Yeah. Because the system doesn't care about our accents. Because civil rights warriors cleared our path. Because our votes decide destinies. Because injustice targets us double. Because representation shapes resources. Anti-Blackness is the problem. Solidarity is the power. When Black immigrants and Black Americans move as one, policy bends faster and farther toward justice. This is more than strategy, it's survival. It's legacy. It's love. And let me say it this other way. When Black Canadians link with Black Americans who visit them, who immigrate to Canada, or Black Jamaicans or Black immigrants, when Canadians link with Black immigrants, it's the same thing. When Black Germans link with Black immigrants, it's the same thing. It doesn't matter where you are. Even if where you live there is no racism, it still benefits. Solidarity still benefits you, because when you put it, okay, it's like having a dozen mangoes and 2 oranges. Even the very look of it is more to look at. Right? So let's not miss out on opportunities to collaborate and strengthen and empower, because we're so busy in our trauma, in our emotions. Yes? All right. So we've come to, oh my God, this is the end of another Allegedly segment episode. Thank you for staying with us. Thank you so much. All right. When you go to my website, mycoachministry.com, you'll see their Little Black Girl series. And I just want to share it with you. So this is our Little Black Girl series. Step into a world where wisdom wears pigtails and truth blossoms in the garden of imagination. Oh my gosh. So the Little Black Girl series is a series. It's something I really started on Facebook, and person started saying to me, you should put that in a book. You should put that in a book. You should put that in a book. It is where when I have a breakthrough, I always go and I'm like, dear little black girl, believe in yourself. Dear little black girl, and I'll share something based on what I've learned. And then I decided, I am going to make this a series on my website. Something not just for little girls, but for the little girls, the little girl inside of us. So I just want to introduce you to it. I hope you check it out. It really is just my message. And I'm going to say this, Sadiki, my little baby girl, Shauna, Cheyenne, oh my God, Regine, it's Rajani, my niece, and oh my gosh, I can't remember all the names, but all my nieces. I just want you to know that this is for you. Oh my God, Rochelle, that's the searching for. I hope I said everybody's name. I don't know all the names. Please forgive me. It's okay. This is for you. This is in honor of you, and I just want you to know that I feel a lot of flowers inside for you. I don't know what that word love means, so I don't want to use it too much. But when I think of you, I think flowers, and I just want you to live happy, healthy lives. Thrive. I want you to thrive. All right. So this is in honor of my nieces. Now, Little Black Girl, I have three. I've done 3 or 4 so far. We have the Dear Little Black Girls Empowerment Edition. Right. We have the Dear Little Black Girl Boss Moves Edition. So we have the Empowerment Edition, Boss Moves Edition. Then we have Dear Little Black Girl, Know God for Yourself Edition. And we have Dear Little Black Girl, Never Settle in, Dear Little Black Girl, 10 Things to Never Do Edition, right? Those are the ones that have been published so far. Let me just share some. That thing I was about to read. This one is one of the most powerful ones for me. Coach Raquel says, Dear Little Black Girl, never settle in an environment that deprives you. You deserve to thrive where your spirit awakens with joy and your light is free to shine. Dear Little Black Girl, never settle in an environment that deprives you. All right? Now, that is our thing on the Little Black Girl. Now, I wanted to just kind of share a little bit about my healing journey. For those of you who have been following me, you've heard me talk about being on this healing journey. And I just want to say I'm going outside again. And today that's what I'm reporting. I am outside again. For 6 years, I never went through my door. I stayed inside my house and I would just collapse at the door. I couldn't go through. And then for a while, yeah, I went out when it was necessary, but I was just petrified. I was in fear. And now I've become stronger in that I understand my right to choose. I can stay inside if I want to for the rest of my life, and that will be okay too. But now the other day I caught a cold, or rather I was just coughing a lot and I wasn't sure what was going on. And it's like one morning I got up and I'm like, okay, I need to go walking. I need to get air, because that was something I've been doing since I was a child. I love to walk. Wake up the first thing in the morning is to just walk by myself, you know. And I found myself, I got up, I got dressed, opened my door, went, and I found this rock that is my friend. And in the mornings when I feel like it, more mornings than not, but I try to break up my pattern. I don't want to become, I do this every single day because I had an encounter that made me feel like, okay, break this up, because somebody's like, oh, every day you come out and you do this. And I'm like, okay, Raquel, patterns, you know? So I started, I do it, but then I try to break it up. So sometimes I just don't go, because I always work out at home. And if you follow me on my my fitness channel.
Welcome to Kelly's Fitness Adventures. Discover your path to wellness. Hear your breath, movement, and healing align through ASMR fitness journey.
I have a fitness channel and I work out at home. I have an at-home fitness vlog, right? So I do work out whether or not I go out, but it's been beautiful. And I just wanted to report that, and I just wanted to share that. You will heal and you will be stronger than you were before. And you will know yourself again, and you'll be confident in yourself again. And you're going to fall in love with yourself again. And it's going to be a beautiful experience. All right. Thank you so much for watching this program. This is Refresh, Relax, Renew, episode 22, and it's been my absolute pleasure to sit here with you like this and dine. Because I feel like it's a dining experience, a mental or psychological or educational dining experience, an adventurous dining experience is what I'm thinking that it is, a cultural dining experience. So, so I just want to say thank you. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, leave a comment. Please leave a comment. Talk with me. I'd love for you to engage with me. But like, share, subscribe, and take care of yourself. All right. Thank you so much for being here. This has been Refresh, Relax, Renew with me, Coach Raquel. Have a fantastic, phenomenal day. Mwah. Bye.
Welcome to Kelly's Fitness Adventures. Discover your path to wellness. Hear your breath, movement, and healing align through ASMR fitness journeys. Join us on real-time walking meditations, feeling the earth beneath your feet. Experience sunrise strength training that nourishes both body and soul. Engage in waterfall breathwork journeys. Rejuvenate your spirit. All you need is a phone and an open heart. Let's connect. Come away with me. Inhale, exhale, just breathe. Visit kellysfitnessadventures.com.
All right. I just want to say thank you so much for staying with me. Thank you for this moment that we have together. Thank you for this program that we're doing together, for this movement, the refresh, relax, renew movement. Let's make it a movement. Refresh, relax, renew. Refresh your mind, relax your body, and renew your vision. I love to open new packages. I want to deliver the latest information on top funding opportunities for entrepreneurs who are seeking funding. Come along with me. I'm Coach Raquel, and this is a passion project for me, so I'm so happy to bring this to you. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for watching.
Unlock your potential every Thursday with our podcast, Refresh, Relax, Renew. Join Coach Raquel as she guides you through personal development journeys. Each episode focuses on actionable steps to enhance your personal journey. The podcast features 3 main segments to keep you engaged. We start with discussions on trending topics relevant to your growth. Then we unbox solutions to common challenges we face daily. Finally, stay updated with fresh funding opportunities each week. Tune in every Thursday for new episodes, and see you there.
Welcome to mycoachministry.com. We're on a mission to empower 1 million purpose-driven entrepreneurs, turning calling into currency. Through strategic coaching, we guide visionary leaders, brand elevation, and creative empowerment, helping leaders break barriers and own their identity. Build impactful, wealth-generating brands that echo across generations.